Underground, baby. Underground, baby. Underground, baby. Underground, baby. Underground, baby.
Yo, what up? This your boy JQ Volt coming to you live and direct from the Purple Underground. I'm in conjunction with your boy P. Ross, and we're doing a critique on another album. That's right, players. Led Zeppelin 2, one of the greatest rock and roll bands and one of the greatest rock and roll albums of all time. But I'm going to come to you from another angle, another twist that you probably ain't never thought about. Okay. One of the reasons why I like this band and one of the reasons why I like this album is because there's a lot of human psychology involved. Okay. Politically, we have a lot of controversy about this thing called the N-word. You know, Nigger. All right. Now, when that word was put on us as black people, it was a word put on us to subjugate us, to put us in some form of submission, to instill a derogatory concept to make us feel less than what our oppressors were in their minds. They want us to feel like we're less than they are. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell you right now is the psychology of that is human nature to take something that's put on you by your oppressor, flip the script, turn it around, make it a badge of honor by the group that's under the boot of the oppressor, and then go ahead and use it as a feeling of and a term of endearment toward one another. All right? Like I said, Nigger, a word came up by the oppressor to put down on us. But we as black people have taken that word, twisted it around, put our own twists, Niggea, and when one of us say it to each other, it's like one of the highest compliments you can get when one black man says to another, you know, you ma, and that word, okay? All right. Now, you might say, what's it got to do with Led Zeppelin? All right, peep this. Back in the late 60s in the Birmingham section of England, you got 4 musicians that came together. Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Bonham, John Paul Jones, and they decided they're going to form a band. Now, before they gave themselves a name, a well-renowned group at that time that was already booming, had no need to be condescending, but because of the insecurities within them, they decided to go ahead and disown these young men. The group is called The Who, and this is on record. Pete Townsend already spoke about it. But one of their members, the drummer, Keith Moon, said, you all going to be like a lead balloon. Basically say you're going to be a flop. So instead of allowing that insult from a band that had already sort of made a name for themselves, these men that I mentioned before, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham, they took lead balloon and said, okay, we're going to take out the L-E-A-D and make it L-E-D for lead. And we're going to take the balloon and take the German word for balloon, Zeppelin. And we're going to take this moniker you've given us to say that we're going to be a flop, because we know that a balloon that's full of lead can't float. It can't even be a balloon. So we're going to go ahead and take this moniker you gave us to put us down. We're going to put a twist on it. And we're going to call ourselves LED, lead, and then Zeppelin. So you call us a lead balloon. We call ourselves Led Zeppelin. And they took that and became one of the greatest heavy metal bands of all time. So when you hear the name Led Zeppelin, you connect it with excellence, greatness, instead of a put down. And that's human psychology to do that, to take something that's a put down, flip the script, and use it to your advantage. Now, when they did that second album, Zeppelin 2, back in '69, they showed the appreciation for the black blues culture and the black blues movement coming out of Chicago. McKinley Morganfield, whom you all know as Muddy Waters, he did a song called You Need Love, where they went on and took that with appreciation. And when their first cut on that album, Whole Lot of Love, they took that, and you could hear it with those lyrics way down inside, like Muddy Waters did. Robert Plant did that. And he wasn't trying to take something and put a label on it that was fake and phony, like the way corporate America did when Little Richard did Tutti Frutti. And then they said, well, we can't have black music and a black face, so we'll just take black music, put a white face. So they went and got Pat Boone and had him doing Tutti Frutti. No disrespect to Pat Boone, but when you hear it, it's like it's just some kind of phony, generic garbage. It's what it is, you know. Gotta call it what it is. And so it don't even feel right. And then, you know, when your boy Michael Bolton started doing stuff in the early 90s, when he was taking Motown classics and singing, and Michael Bolton got a great voice and all that. He's blessed with a great voice, and I ain't no hater, so I ain't hating on him, because he even got props from Otis Redding's widow. So that's all good, but it still wasn't the same. But what Led Zeppelin did, they took what was already great, the movement of the black blues artists that you know, previously what they had already did, he took that, they took it, rather appreciated it, and when they came with their twist, you can feel the appreciation for what they were doing instead of just being copycat. And so songs like Whole Lotta Love and the Lemon Song, and even in Heartbreaker, you know, like when Robert Plant was singing, when you call out another man's name when I try to make love to you. Now, just a line like that, anybody that knows something about the blues know that's classic blues. So, you know, he did that with a blues input, but they had it cranked up on amplifiers, which is heavy metal. And so really what the Beatles and the Rolling Stones was already doing in the mid-60s, and then when Jimmy got you know, when he came out with that Are You Experienced, he took that and just took it to a whole new level. Okay. But in that same vein, these young men at that time who were not really well known, they took it with an appreciation for the American black blues classics, with an appreciation, that's the key word I'm emphasizing, and then did more or less a tribute to it. So songs like the Lemon Song and Ramble On and Bring It On Home, you can still feel that heavy blues flavor, but with a rock twist. And so even though Led Zeppelin in the beginning, they didn't get no love from Rolling Stone or any other music critics, yet and still, the people who are the ultimate deciders of what's good and what's bad, what's great and what's not, they determined that these young men out of Birmingham, England had something going, and they went with that. And that's why you got my endorsement of one of the greatest albums of all time, Led Zeppelin 2. All right, this is your boy J.Q. Bolt. I'm out.